So, John, I think that's it for me. If we have any questions or anything, I'm happy to do my best to try and answer.
Thank you very much for that, the very informative presentation. So we do have some questions. First, I just want to go over how the Q&A process begins so everyone understands it. So we don't take questions. This is for the audience. So we don't take questions directly from the chat. Instead, we ask everyone to virtually raise their hand. If you're not sure how to do this, what you need to do is click on the reactions button, second from the right on the bottom of your Zoom window, then click on the raise hand function in the menu that pops up. When I call in your name, I will unmute you and prompt you to state where you're from and to ask your question. We ask everyone keep their questions brief and on topic. So let's see here. I see Binwoo has had his hand up for a while. So Binwoo, please state where you're from and ask your question.
Yeah, hello. Good morning. I come from the Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. My question is, the brain cells has memory. How can we training our brain to into the positive, just to forget the bad memory, then to have the the good life, success life? How to treat all?
John, I'm a little bit hard of hearing. She said, how do we clear the memories? Was that her basic question?
How to changing the bad memory into the good memory?
Yes, that's what those processes do. That's what the healing codes do. And the book that they put up before this session, the memory code. The memory code is a 6-step process that takes 10 minutes. And you can change any memory in about 10 minutes. The healing codes is a different process. That's the first one I discovered. You can find both of those on my website. You can find, if you want to do a kind of a sample healing code, I'll show you really quick. And John, you left out one instruction, which is that I should be on point and brief.
We're here to learn from you. So
which please. I have problems with. But here's a little sample you can do. Okay, pretend like your fingertips are little flashlights, and go here first, right where your eyebrows would grow together if they grew together. So 30 seconds, all 10 fingertips, 30 seconds. Then the Adam's apple, 30 seconds. Then the back bottom corner of the jawbone, about the size of a silver dollar, right there, 30 seconds. And then the temple, 30 seconds. And do that 3 times. So that's 2 minutes to do 1 round, do 3 rounds. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay? That's a sample code. And so try that, rate your issue before you do it, 0 to 10, then do it, then rewrite your issue and see if anything's changed. It usually comes down. Sometimes it goes up before it comes down, then it comes down, but usually it goes down. And then if that's not enough, do another one. So that's a code you can do to sort of get the feel of how this works. And it really works great. Oh, by the way, we have 19 double-blind studies done at major universities, published in peer-reviewed journals, saying these processes work on 46 life issues, from cancer to diabetes, high blood pressure, depression, anxiety, relationship, gender issues, body image. I mean, it's unbelievable. 19 double-blind studies. In America, we call that proof. So we have proof that this does what I'm saying today. All right, go ahead, John.
Okay, actually, it's Michael.
That's okay. John. No, John was the other one. I'm sorry.
You got it. You got it. No worries.
John was the guy who had all the weightlifting equipment in there.
Yeah, that's John. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No problem whatsoever. So the next question is coming from Gosha. Gosha, please state where you're from and ask your question.
Hi, good morning. My name is Gosia. Originally, I am from Poland, but I live in Ontario. First of all, I wanted to mention that I loved your presentation. It resonated with me. I love subconscious and energy work. My question is, you mentioned about pain in specific body parts. Are there any specific emotions linked to specific body parts? And is that important? Thank you.
No, good question. Yes, they are. And there's several different systems in acupuncture theory and practice. Different emotions are linked to different organs and body systems. There's a thing called the German New Medicine that was done years ago by a medical doctor named Reiki Hamer, who was working with last stage cancer patients. And he over 6,000, he dealt with 6,500 last stage cancer patients, and over 6,000 of them survived after they were sent home to die. And he did a correlation of organs and things to emotions based on doing CT scans of the brain. And that's a really great correlation. And then I have a correlation as well in my 12 category healing code system. And there's a lot of overlap and similarities. But yeah, there's several different systems, and I would look at all of them and see which one resonates with you. And if you have, for instance, let's say a health issue, and one of them says it's this organ, one of them says it's this organ, one of them says it's this organ, work on all three.
Great. Thank you for that. So in order to be healthy, do we need to get rid of all of our negative thoughts and beliefs? And do we need to be super vigilant?
No, because what we need to do is stay in balance. But balance to me is not 50% negative, 50% positive. It's 80% positive, 20% negative. And what the research is saying we are now is 80% negative, 20% positive. So we need to flip that. We need to, because if we're 80% positive, then those negative thoughts are not controlling us. They're only helping us balance and not go too far off in just one direction without making sure to maintain homeostasis and balance. So now we for sure want to get rid of all the ones that aren't true. And there's a whole bunch of those. That's the 50% of what we believe isn't even true. We for sure want to correct those. But no, negative but truthful, no, you don't get rid of that. You keep it and factor it in.
So as a follow-up, can being too healthy can being too positive be unhealthy as well?
Yeah, if you don't consider the negative, if you don't consider the alternatives, yes, that can be negative. You need to, when that experience simulator is working correctly, you're considering the negative and the positive. I may go out to get my pizza and my car may start, it may not start. There may be traffic, there may not be traffic. It may rain, it may not rain, okay? I'm just open to whatever happens, and I'm going to do my best to flow with it in balance, whatever happens, rather than getting all stressed out. Well, that's living in the present moment in love rather than living either in the past or the future. And the only place you can live with happiness is the present.
Thank you. And how powerful is the mind in healing disease? Does it really help, or do people just say that?
The power of your mind is unbelievable. In fact, this was I think about a year ago. A new study came out, published in peer-reviewed journal, and some of you, this is going to blow your mind. And to me, I absolutely believe in miracles. I do, big time. Okay, I think they happen every day. All right, you want to know one way? The latest research study I've seen about a year ago said that their previous estimates about the power of your mind and brain have been grossly underestimated. The new estimate, based on new facts and research, is that the power and potential of your brain and mind is over 1 quadrillion bits. What in the heck is a quadrillion? 1 quadrillion bits basically is the capacity and power of the entire internet. And each one of you have that in your brain and mind. You have the power and capacity of the entire internet in your brain and mind. It is enormously powerful.
Thank you. And so how do we harness the quadrillion bits in order to have a healthier life?
Well, the first thing you got to do is get the junk out. You know, let's say you had a friend who you were having lunch with or something, and they said, and you're just small talking, and they said, "Hey, I found a new great way to save time, and to get rid of a chore that kind of irritated me." And you say, "Oh, cool. What is it?" Well, instead of taking the garbage out to the garbage cans outside and stuff, I found out that if I just like double bag it in a plastic garbage bag and seal it, and seal the top, tie it up and everything, I can just throw it in the basement. I don't even have to walk down there. I can just open the door, throw it in, and that's it. And it works great. It saves me time. I don't have to go out when it's cold or raining or whatever. And so at the end of the lunch, now I grant you probably wouldn't be this gullible, but let's pretend you were. So you go home and you're thinking, man, that's a great idea. I'm going to start doing that. Well, guess what? In 6 months, you got roaches in your bed and everywhere else. Okay. And so in 6 months, you realize what you got to do. You put on the rubber gloves and the boots and the mask, not for COVID this time, for the smell. And you go down there and you start cleaning up 6 months of garbage. All right. That's what we're doing. We're cleaning up your garbage. We're cleaning up the beliefs you have that are in error about yourself and your circumstances, and shifting you to the positive, and shifting your brain and hypothalamus to fear mode, to failure mode, to cortisol and stress mode, okay, where 95% of illness and disease come from. If you get rid of those untruths, of those stressors, and your stress barrel comes down, the CDC and Stanford University too, they said 95% as well. What would they say if you got rid of the stress?